Gold plating is that you have an agreed scope, agreed understanding of what you are working on, and the project team starts getting some extra ideas and they start adding more details, more things than initially agreed upon inside in the product or their output which they are producing. So, you are giving more than what was agreed upon and you believe this more will make the customer happy. Yeah. That is called gold plating. Now, you may wonder what is wrong in it. It looks like a great idea. Somebody asked you X, why do not you give X plus plus, because the person may be happy about it. Now, the problem is who knows what the X plus plus is really going to do for the customer or the user. It is your assumption, it is the project team assumption this X plus plus will be useful, but may not be until unless you discuss with the end stakeholders and explain them that probably you have asked for this, but what if I add some more details to it, will you like it? And if you like it, let me change my specification and add these two things into it, so that we have a revised understanding of what we are doing, then it is perfect, then it is no more gold plating. It is something, a change idea which came from the project team, you explained it to the team, to the stakeholders and made them agree if they and they liked it really, and you implemented it and you demonstrated it, everybody is happy. The problem starts coming in when you are not taking this integrated approach. When the team starts thinking too much, they start adding more details to it, and when they are adding more details and they are doing these things, they might be compromising on something else. Because see, our time and effort and our priorities are already kind of discussed, and if there is another high priority thing was expected to come and I spent time more into the previous priority, I might not be helping the end user to achieve the maximum value. I might be making the right decision, I might not be making the right decision. So, what is expected in the project management industry, project management profession is not to take this initiative on your own without confirmation. And if you take this initiative on your own and end up spending more time and end up building more than what is initially estimated, that particular behavior is called gold plating, and this behavior is coming from the team. As a project manager, you need to control that behavior, you need to ensure that is not happening in our project space, because it might not give the overall end value benefit to the end user. Now, you may say, okay, I got it. How do we do it? And especially I want to discuss in the predictive life cycle as well as in adaptive life cycle, because I may feel adaptive life cycle is promoting gold plating. So, let us talk about it. In a predictive life cycle, I think the understanding is simple. We can handle it with the help of integrated change control. This time the integrated change control, maybe the request is coming from the development or the project team rather than the stakeholder asking you to do something, but we have a process in place where anyone can come up with a bright idea. In any project, even in a predictive life cycle project, bright ideas can come and they are welcomed. The only thing is they should not be acted upon without giving the overall integrated impact analysis. So, we create a process, we establish the integrated change management process where we identify what kind of a bright ideas need to be discussed, and then we involve the respective stakeholders to take a final call. Is it a good idea or a bad idea? If it is a good idea, we include in our scope. If it is a bad idea, we drop the idea. Yeah. That's how we kind of control the gold plating in a predictive life cycle. In the adaptive life cycle, the process of backlog refinement, the process of continuous review of our work on a daily scrum, the process of doing iteration review at the end of an iteration, and creating a time boxing to create a sense of urgency helps us in controlling the scope and also avoiding the gold plating. So, one by one, in a backlog refinement, anybody can come up with a bright idea. A development team can also suggest new ideas there. At the same time, we have a bigger group. The group will discuss it, they will prioritize it, they will see what is important, what is not important, and we have identified that group in advance, and you can change that group also in case it is needed. But there is a process of a backlog refinement which ensures there is a bigger transparency of what we are doing, and that ensures we are not getting into a gold plating space. The time boxing of the iteration, whenever you are taking the work for a limited duration, you are always in hurry or in the focus of finishing that work. That creates a development team, project team focused on doing things and not getting into things which might not be a priority at that point in time. Many times in the predictive life cycle, that was a problem. Sometimes team was getting a long duration assignment and there is a risk of getting derailed in between. in the adaptive way, we are reducing that risk by creating small, short, time boxed iterations. So, the daily level sharing and transparency in what we are doing with the help of daily scrum ensures everybody is aware what we are working on, and if something is going off track, it gets visualized, understood fast. And at the end of an iteration, we have an iteration review where we demonstrate what we have done, and we take a review and as well as understanding and feedback from our stakeholder. If something is going off track, that is a good place also to catch it and ensure that we bring it to the alignment. So, gold plating is doing it in an uncontrolled way. When you follow a proper agreed process for bringing the new idea, there is no problem, you can definitely do it. But if you do not do that process process adherence, then we may end up into a situation where we wanted to give a value to the user, but we may end up in a situation where we are delaying the value delivery to the end user.